In your morning news now, an 87-year-old Arcadia man died in a two-vehicle crash on I-90 late last night outside of Drawbach, Minnesota. According to a Minnesota State Patrol incident report, Donald Sukla was driving his Ford F-150 pickup truck eastbound on the interstate when he collided with a semi traveling in the westbound lanes. The driver of the semi was not injured in the crash. Both drivers were wearing seatbelts and were not under the influence of alcohol at the time of the crash. Wisconsin health officials say that syphilis is on the rise. The Wisconsin Department of Health Services has issued a memo to all healthcare providers asking for increased awareness and testing for syphilis. Congenital syphilis increased by 81% from 2021 to 2022. Gunderson Health Systems infection preventionist Megan Meller says that the late stages of syphilis can be life-altering.
And then if it continues to go untreated beyond that, it can develop into tertiary or late stages, and that's where you'll see more of the impacts on the nervous system. So like and those more extreme, serious consequences on the body.
Meller says that the La Crosse syphilis data will be released in a few months. Town of Campbell Supervisor Lee Donahue says a Republican bill about PFAS still doesn't cut it. Donahue says the bill weakens the DNR's ability to hold groups accountable when spills happen. The bill creates grants for communities with contamination, lower costs for PFAS testing, and expand the well compensation grant program. But Donahue says these updates will force small communities like Campbell to compete with commercial properties for funding. The cost of the bill isn't written, but the Budget Writing Committee this summer set aside $125 million to address PFAS. A vote on the bill could happen next week. $500,000 in grants has been awarded to child care providers in La Crosse County. 37 child care providers were awarded grants ranging from $1,500 to $22,000. La Crosse County provided the funds from its ARPA allocation. The grants will go toward various capital projects like adding outdoor play equipment and covering liability insurance. The grants also help expand access to child care. As a result of the grants, another 21 new child care slots will be open in the county. The results are in for this year's Lubathon. Dahl Automotive presented a check for roughly $40,500 to the Family and Children's Center. The Lubathon raised money throughout the month of September. Dahl donates $5 from every oil change they perform, and guests have the opportunity to match that donation. Oil changes at Dahl are also discounted an extra $5 during Lubathon. This September, Dahl did over 3,000 oil changes, which led to this year's record-breaking donation. The Family and Children's Center president says a donation like this shows the heart of the community.
It feels like people care and that they understand that there's a need in the community and a need that we all have to come together, and a need that if we do come together, these programs will continue to help the families.
FCC will use the donation to support their child abuse prevention programs. The Sandbar Storytelling Festival kicks off tonight at the Minnesota Marine Art Museum in Winona. The weekend-long festival will host a few workshops, concerts, and storytelling performances around Winona. Kaukalia Yang will be performing water stories at Gallery 5 of the Minnesota Marine Art Museum from 7 to 8 tonight. Tickets for the event are $25 per person and can be purchased on the festival's website.
And get ready for a pretty wet and soggy day today. We're going to be looking at lots of rain moving in, especially this afternoon and continuing on into tonight. High temperatures will be into the 50s, so a little cool out there and breezy. East winds at around 10 to 20 miles an hour. A check on your 8-day forecast showing that we will be looking at good rain chances into the day tomorrow as well. We'll start to see the rain taper here by Saturday, but then by Sunday we're much drier, and those dry, partly to mostly cloudy conditions continue as we head into next week, with highs mainly in the 50s and lows mainly in the 40s. So yeah, pack that rain gear here today. I think we'll need it.
The rain makes the leaves off of the trees fall down faster, but I was really hoping that the colors would be a little bit more brighter this year. I feel like they weren't.
Yeah, probably because we're in that drought.
Okay.
You know, so if we had a little bit more rain, it probably would be a little bit more colorful.
Brighter.
Yeah,
okay.
Exactly. So.
See, it helps sitting next to a meteorologist. I'm like, Derek, why aren't the leaves pretty to this year?
I know. Blame it on the rainfall deficit. But, you know, I'm curious to see what our drought monitor will be for next week. after we get that new update in for next Thursday, after this rain moves through, hopefully we'll see some much better improvements there. Yeah.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
There are definitely, if you drive down Sparta, Toma, the leaves are definitely a bit brighter there.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah.
So that's where you would want to be if you want to take some pictures of being around there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, don't forget to keep up with news of the day on news8000.com. We'll see you back here later today on News 8 Now at noon. Have a wonderful Thursday.